welcome back to another and brand new episode, first of the year. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves?
My name's Annie, and I go to Shoreline.
I'm Robbie. I was on the podcast about nature, and I go to Shoreline.
My name is Roz. I've never done a podcast, and I go to Scriber Lake High School.
You've never done a podcast before?
Nope.
Oh, welcome. You get to do our first obscure rudimentary podcast.
It feels so cool.
How old are all y'all?
I'm 17.
16.
I'm 16.
God, y'all are so young.
Older than you.
You're so young.
Okay.
I wish.
You wish.
I wish I could be with y'all.
February. I'm older than you. Correct.
I'm so sad.
How's y'all's year been so far? We're in a brand new year. We're about 11 days in. How's it been going?
It's pretty good.
I think I've just had the worst week of my year.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
The worst week of your year? Your year just started. Are you
It's
sure
it's
this
literally
can
the
be
first
I am
summer.
very sure. The level of anger I've had on Tuesday alone has been the highest I've had it in months.
What happened on Tuesday?
Wow. Well, you got a microphone in front of you, so you get to vent about it.
Yeah, let's
Well,
do
we
it.
got the whole halfway vent.
Halfway
vent.
back.
So Amy, what I'm
Did you just call me Amy?
No.
Wow.
I called you Amy. I'm sorry.
And look, everyone here knows I'm terrible with names. Annie, how was the start to your year?
It's been pretty good. School's been fine. There's been a lot of tests though, which kind of sucked. And like finals is this month, so.
You said
Overall,
test.
Yeah, a lot
Oh,
of
you
tests.
should probably set it on the ground if you're gonna keep drinking, just because it
Um,
makes a loud noise.
But no, I think January.
Wait, you've had tests?
Yeah.
Like already?
Like tests
Oh,
already.
that's right. Your finals aren't.
Yeah,
they're
finals,
after
yeah.
winter break.
Yeah,
huh?
they're at the
That's
end
so
of.
weird.
They're at the
It's
end of
stupid.
January.
Yeah.
But like I have weekly quizzes in 2 of my classes.
That's so weird. So when did y'all start school?
The 7th.
Yeah.
So this is our first
of
week back.
September.
No, we started in August 29th.
I
We did,
started
yeah.
September 5th, I think, because my school started a week later.
Wow. Wait, your school?
Yeah.
What school are you at? I thought you were
Scriber.
in Shorewood. Scriber?
I don't go to Shorewood. I went to Shorewood last year.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it's nice. They don't have any homework, like, at all.
What,
so
at
it's really
Shorewood or
nice.
Scriber?
No, at Scriber.
Oh, okay.
And we don't
Shorewood
have,
is
like,
homework.
actual tests. So it's like, it's basically the school for people who would drop out.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I know.
There's people who drop
Yeah,
out
everyone
and
just
aren't.
needs
Yeah.
support in a
anything.
different way.
There's someone at Scriber named Quinlan Kaltoff.
Probably.
Probably.
So how's the general energy? Well, Robbie, I think we know your general energy.
Anger.
This is today's been the best day of this week. Probably.
Really?
Yeah.
And he
It's
said
probably-
it's because he wasn't annoyed all day. I said good.
I even had Knox today, so
You had knocked?
Knox.
English
That's
teacher.
it's
Oh,
my
you
English teacher.
had knocked. I thought you said you had knocked. I was like, is
That's
that
what I
a new,
thought you
Yeah,
said,
is that a
no,
new dance that's going on?
I actually banged my head like 35 times today, so I'm pretty sure I have a concussion.
Cool.
Oh,
Maybe the rest you
I'm
can't count.
entirely joking here.
It's a very hard head. I wouldn't be
Oh
surprised.
yeah, no, I've been through worse.
Well, let's go ahead and go into the first part, which is the quote of the day. I'm really excited. The reason why I bring up the New Year is because this is the first podcast we're doing of the year. We've been doing this for almost a year now, actually. And believe it or not, it was really obscure. I didn't think people were really going to listen to it. But there actually are it's getting a little bit of traction. There are some people in City Hall, actually, that have been listening to it. A lot of our higher-ups have actually been listening to it a little bit. And they like the direction. They like listening to y'all.
He said hey.
So let's go into the first part, which is going to be the quote of the day. Now, the quote of the day is going to be a little heavy, right? But it came to me today, actually, when I was talking to a certain specific special someone. And, of course, our topic of the day, our teen's choice, is going to be a little, not as heavy. So I figured, why not make the quote of the day a little heavy, get out the way, and we can get on to the fun stuff. So, the quote of the day, and I heard this when I was in high school. We were reading a book. And I wish I remember the name of the book. I wish I remember who said it, because that make me sound a lot more smart than what I'm about to say. But the words stuck out to me, and what the words were was, it's easy to love somebody when they're at their best, but it's when they're at their worst that your love counts the most. With that being said, take a second to decompress that, because I know it's really heavy for you.
That sounds just like my personal philosophy.
That's your personal philosophy?
Yeah,
It's one of
I
many
agree.
personal philosophies.
Yeah.
Well, okay, tell me how y'all feel.
I think that quote's just important, like, regardless, like, it being love, it's just, like, caring others, too. Like, obviously, you're gonna care for your friends whenever they're good to you, but it's, like, even if they're having a bad day and they're being, like, kind of mean, you should be able to understand that, oh, they're going through something hard, like, we should just love them and care for them more, to give them support.
Any input, Robbie?
I'm just a guy who cares about people, and usually I hate seeing people sad, because before coming to Shorewood, I used to be that one kid who was entirely an outcast with about the amount of people that I actually counted as friends. I could count on one hand out of a class of 45 people. So
Sometimes it's the best though.
yeah,
Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's good to have 2 or 3 friends.
Oh yeah,
I
no.
mean, a lot to you.
Yeah, no, still want like a good amount. All those friends that I could count on my hand, I still am friends with them to this day, and I still count them pretty high up in my friends.
As you grow older, you'll learn that a lot of friends that you may have had, or even if you were a person that had a bunch of friends, knew a bunch of people, it kind of dies down later in life, and it really starts to trickle down to a certain few.
Yeah.
And
Even in high school.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It can happen as early as high school.
Like it's definitely happening to me. Like freshman year, like Robbie knows this. I would say hi to him every day, and he didn't even know my name. But like I would always be like,
Is that
oh.
true, Robbie?
Robbie knows it's true.
I
How
barely
dare-
remember.
It's like
freshman year,
maybe.
so-
Yeah, like
I barely remember.
I had band with him, so every day I'd be like, oh my god, hi Robbie, and he'd be like, hi. We'd never say my name, and then I came to the rec center. I was like, hey Robbie, and he goes, hi, and I was like, do you know my name? He goes, no. I was like, oh.
Well, I can't blame him for that. It took me a while to know your name.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm still kind of struggling. Ross, how do you feel about that?
I think it's a good quote, especially like right now in this time, because like as humans we've come like so far in technology, like we process a lot of information, so it kind of like it adds to like anxiety and depression, because like one, stuff with the news, and just like we learn a lot more about other people like because of social media, and like there's a lot more social pressures on people. So I think it's really good to remember that we're all in it together.
You know, it's funny that you say that, because they coined the term that we're living in the information age.
Yeah.
Because of social media. Social media is a big one, but because of technology.
Yeah,
It's
the internet.
so easy. There's so much information being thrown at us on a
Like
daily
pretty
basis.
much an average person in the day has like processes more information in one morning than people did an entire month in like the 1950s.
So let me ask this, and then we can move on to the part 2 of the topic of the day. But let me ask this: has there ever been a time where, when you were at your best, people were more willing to be around you, more willing to be friends, more willing to show that love for you, but then when you're at your worst, it was kind of gone. It kind of disappeared a little bit. Has that been something that y'all have experienced being so young in high school yet?
Yeah, I've also experienced the opposite though, where it's like where I was at my best, a lot of people kind of like
They were
hated
hating.
me because they were like when I won like class elections, so I became class pres. But I found that like my friends who like ran too, like I was friends with them, but they were kind of angry at me. Like they didn't really were like congrats, but it was kind of fake because they were like, oh no, like it should have been me. And it was just kind of like, oh, okay, thanks. Like I thought like since they were my friends, no matter what like who won, I would have been like, oh my god, like I'm so proud of you. But it was just kind of me, and I was like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, people always gonna hate, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Definitely, I feel like it's a big thing, because like I might not know this, but almost a year ago I was in the hospital because I tried to commit suicide, and it was like I felt really alone for like a good couple months, because like I was really sad and I really didn't know how to talk to people. So like I was struggling with myself, and like people could see that like I was depressed and I was sad and that I needed help, but like I didn't really know how to reach out and ask for it, and like, you know, people weren't like, they didn't know how to ask me for help. So it was kind of like a period where I was pretty distant from everyone, and like I feel like if one person had been like, hey, obviously you're not okay, and like I probably would have just like I probably would have been a lot better. And like I'm not mad at anyone for not stepping up, because that's not their responsibility, obviously. But, you know, like as someone who's gone through it, I try to like see what everyone else is going through and be like, hey, can I help you?
But during that time, though, there were people that came by your side when you
There
were at
there
your
were a
worst.
few people, and it's nice to know that people are paying attention.
That's when the love counts the most.
Yes, definitely.
That's when you see it.
Yeah.
I won't go into too much of my own personal experiences, but I've had plenty of scenarios and times where when things were going great for me, there were haters, but people wanted to be somewhat affiliated with me. And then when I was at my worst and I had nothing, I was like, wow, you really learn who's actually showing that true love for you and that care and, you know, being genuine with you and when it's gone. But I'm happy you're here now. I'm happy you're doing okay. You're doing okay, right?
Yeah, I'm
You're
doing
okay?
a lot better.
You're
I'm
doing
on
a lot
meds
better?
now. I'm a lot happier.
Okay.
Doing good drawing.
All right.
Thank you.
I like that. I like that. Okay. So we'll go on to topic of the day, part 2. I'm kind of torn about this because we were going to talk about the robots, and we're still going to talk about the robots. But then somebody came in and brought up PDA.
God, PDA is so weird.
I know the public
Displays of affection.
Public display, yeah.
He was doing that because I was kissing my girlfriend. He's offended.
Oh wow!
I'm
Here in the wreck,
sorry. We were hugging.
was it kissing or hugging?
It was both.
Oof.
It was little pecks.
At
Okay.
the same time.
For those types of situations, if it's like a both question, I'm just like, yes.
Yes.
Just yes.
Robbie, how do you feel about PDA?
I don't care really.
You okay?
I'm just like the guy who doesn't judge about anything. Like I have friends who will do drugs. I'm like, I won't condone doing it, but if you want to do it, you can do it. And and someone's I'm just like, don't do that.
Okay, just for the record, we're not
Okay.
saying
We
doing
are not-
drugs is the equivalent to
We are not saying that. No,
No.
we are not saying that
Rob
drugs
is
is
just a very
good.
supportive
No,
person.
unless like your doctor tells you to, but that's a whole different story.
if your doctor tells you that it is.
I mean, okay.
Annie, how about what say you?
PDA?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think to a point it's okay. Like, I think it's sweet if, like, there are couples who are, like, hugging and, like, holding hands. But if it gets to the point where people around them are getting uncomfortable, like, if my friends are making out in front of me, I'd be like, okay, I'm leaving. Like, there's, like, a weird balance to it, I feel like.
So just like subtle things, like
Yeah.
holding hands.
Because, like, even
sitting
I would get
around.
uncomfortable.
Uh-huh. Is it? Yeah.
I kind of used to be like that, but I like got used to it. We just do like little
Well,
peck
I would
hugs.
hope not.
Yeah, no, we
Especially
didn't
here
do
at the Rec.
anything. No,
The
we
Rec
Shoreline
is
Teen
a-
Center.
especially not
I
at
believe
this
that-
here holy place.
I believe that would be grounds to kick you out.
Yeah. Yeah, Austin coming with his hot gold jacket.
It's not
The
hot
bright,
dog right behind
it's
me.
right
I
there,
love
right
his
there.
hot
It shines.
I actually,
Oh.
I think it's
That
really
too.
cool.
I told
You
him.
should get a silver one.
Dazzled.
What's that?
You should get a silver one.
We love your jacket,
I
Austin.
can't pull it off like him. He came in here rocking that thing. The first thing I said was, man.
Congratulations,
yeah,
you can do it.
Yeah.
I saw,
That's
when I
respect.
got here, I saw him like pulling up in his Prius, and I only just saw the gold jacket. I'm like, okay, but
You only, yeah.
I just saw the gold jacket. I didn't even know it was. I
I
didn't even
saw
know
it
it was
from
Austin.
across the room. I was like,
Oh,
yeah.
sparkly.
Yeah, Austin's already, he has his identity.
He
He,
is
likes to abstract things. I can't pull it off like him. If I walked around with a silver jacket, it probably wouldn't work. Why silver? Why do you say silver?
Dude,
I didn't say silver. He said silver.
Why did you
I
say
didn't-
silver?
I said
didn't know-
silver.
no,
I
said
said
silver.
because you
Why
literally
you
call yourself
no.
PJ Silver. Yourself a silver one.
The silver's my last name. I didn't realize.
Are you kidding?
You didn't realize.
You couldn't go through that
Yes.
process.
Yeah, I was kind of curious. I was like, wow, what a coincidence.
Silver is one of the only words that doesn't rhyme with anything.
Is that true?
Yeah, silver,
Silver, shiver.
orange, and something else.
Silver shiver. Oh yeah, there's no L in it.
I feel like you could make it rhyme. Like orange,
Dilver.
you could say like
Orange.
Dilver. Gilver.
Those aren't real
That's
words.
Down range, orange.
Sounds like-
Rivets. Rivets.
knows?
Rivets.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you could find some foreign words that might rhyme with silver.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe not English words.
That's some word. You can find something.
Just in a random song in like a random language. And they just
Okay,
say
okay, I'll
orange.
make a deal. Austin gonna wear that gold jacket. I'm gonna wear a hot silver jacket like that.
Yes.
But then y'all gotta pick a color to wear.
I'll get a red
Like
one.
I'll get a pink one.
I'll get a blue one, I guess.
I'll get a
I've
pink
seen a few pink ones actually.
My friend has a red
My
one.
girlfriend, well, ex-girl, future wife, as one.
Wait, what?
Fiance?
That
My
was
ex-
three different things.
My ex-girlfriend, who's going to be my future wife, has a hot pink jacket.
Your fiance?
My future fiance. That's correct.
Wait, what?
Have you not proposed yet?
No, because she's not my girlfriend right now.
He said ex. That's why I was confused. So
I'm
your
I
ex.
am-
Okay,
I am-
that makes sense. I get it.
I am being
My ex-girlfriend, who's going to be my future wife. Hopefully.
We hope for the best.
Fingers
I-
crossed.
Me too.
I hope for the best.
Me too.
I hope one
I-
day you walk in and you're like, I did it.
just
He
casually like,
only comes to the
I did
rec.
it.
It'll be 30 years from now when I'm in my 40s, and I'll come find y'all when y'all already have kids.
Be 30 years
I
from now when
did.
you're 40.
I did it. Yeah.
What
I'm
are you,
t-
10? You're 10 years old then?
I said 20 years from now when I'm 40.
I swear
I
you
heard
said
30
in,
years.
I swear you said in 30 years I'll be 40.
No, I said
So,
in
no,
20,
he said-
I said in 20 years from now I'll be. Wait, do you know how old I am?
No?
23.
You say 23? Okay, Roz, what say you?
I don't know.
Take a wild, best educated guess.
35.
No. You know I could hear it through the microphone, right?
He's got
It's
super hearing right
it's
now. You
amplified.
can't.
If I didn't
you
have
can't
these,
ignore him.
I wouldn't be able to hear.
35.
You
I
think
don't
I'm
know.
No, because
I make it a
20
habit
years-
not to guess people's
You're like
ages.
20.
I say
21.
I'm sticking with 23.
I'm saying like 21.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Roz?
I make it a habit not to guess people's ages.
23, 21, and you think I am
Whatever age you are at this moment.
whatever age I want to be?
Yeah.
No. She thinks that you're today years old.
I mean, that's true. You are 2 years old.
I'm the age in 2019. Well, let's just go ahead and leave my age ambiguous.
Oh my god.
Ambiguous.
Ambiguous. Can you spell
That's
it?
I'm
quite-
sorry, English was my second language. Ambiguous.
It was mine too.
Oh, nice, what do you speak?
I speak
I'm not
Korean.
smart.
Alright, well, let's go on to the part 3, Teen's Choice.
Oh, great.
Robbie, please do us the honors. Introduce the Teen's Choice. What are we going to talk about for the Teen's Choice?
So right now I'm on an FRC robotics team. So the
Pronto?
FRC. No,
Oh.
Scott Potts.
Mm.
Yeah, no, we're trying to move to Shorecrest because, running 2 teams out of 1 auto shop, that's pretty crazy. But so no, FRC stands for the First Robotics Competition, and FIRST is basically just a non-for-profit that promotes STEM all over the world. So, and they give out a lot of money for scholarships to go to colleges, so you can become an engineer and you can just help spread STEM. And this year's theme is in honor of the 50th anniversary of the moon landing. It's called Destination Deep Space. And it's hard to explain the video, so for future reference, if you look up FRC 2019 on YouTube, the top video should be the game animation, and it'll explain the game way better than I'm about to try. But basically, so you have a few game elements. So you have basically 2 rockets per set, or 2 rockets for 1 alliance per side. So there's 2 here, 2 here.
Okay, carefully in the table.
Yeah. Then you have a cargo ship on both sides with about 8 compartments on it. You have the habitat or hab dock, where you keep your robots at the beginning and end of the game. And how it starts is basically there's a 15-second sandstorm, which is a new thing they introduced this year, where driver visibility will be entirely shrouded, and your robot will have to either be autonomous, aka controlled by a program, to go and do an action, or your driver can use a vision setup, which is a brand new type of thing that they implemented this year, where basically you put a webcam on your robot and you view it through your laptop on the driver station. After those 15 seconds, the cargo ship will actually dump out what would be called cargo, which is just dodgeballs. And to keep the cargo inside the cargo ship and the rockets, you need to have hatches, which are just giant discs. And so that's the basic necessity of what you need to do in the game. You need to be able to put the hatches on, and you need to be able to get the cargo in. And
That's intense.
yeah,
That you're doing all this in high school?
yes, and we only get 6 weeks to build a robot.
Did you start?
After
Yes,
school?
we started last Saturday.
Which are you gonna do the program or are you gonna do the webcam?
I don't know. I don't think we decided that, but I'm pretty sure my team is gonna try and do the autonomous instead, because trying to set up vision, it seems to be very, very, very complicated.
Oh, so it's easier to do it the other way.
Yeah. Plus, I remember back in freshman year, we tried to set it up with our robot on Pronto, Stacy's mom, and
I love Stacy's mom.
I may or
was
may
a
not
good
have broken a
robot.
webcam that year.
That was a good robot. I remember the
Stacy's
assembly.
mom was a really good robot,
I remember
actually.
the video and the
Yeah, no.
assembly.
So this year, we're trying to. Scott Bots is trying to become a little bit bigger, and we're trying to get our stuff done in a more orderly fashion. And so we're trying to stick to a schedule.
Are you guys combining them?
No, we're not combining teams.
So it's Shorecrest and Shorewood.
Scott
is
Bots
it-
is meant to be a greater Shoreline area.
Okay.
Shorewood, or
That's
Pronto.
Pronto.
Is meant to be for Shorewood. Sadly, when they wrote up the Constitution, which they did in like 3 days, they made it so that only Shorewood students
Could do it.
could do it, or Shorecrest students if there's a special exception. But now Scottbots is now going to be the dedicated Shoreline team. So
Okay.
Why they only have it exclusive to Shoreline students?
that's just how the Constitution was
Yeah,
written.
because I think Sherwood came up with, because I remember the student council meeting and it was a huge thing where Pronto a few years back like claimed the name for the robotics team, and then we had to make a constitution for every club. So
Yeah.
it just came to be, since we needed it so quickly, we said Sherwood students because we thought, oh, only Sherwood students would want to be a part of it.
Yeah,
But then it got bigger.
then
Or more people wanted to get involved.
we did have a
it's a
few
pretty
students
successful
from
team.
Shorecrest join the team over the years. I remember like John Sarr and Jeffrey, I forget his last name. Please forgive me, Jeffrey. But yeah, no, we've had a few Shorecrest students over the years, and then we're like, hey, we should probably move to Shorecrest because they have a Vex team, which is, I believe that they do FTC, which is First Tech Challenge. Don't quote me on it. I don't know really for a fact. But yeah, so we're trying to move Scottbots over to Shorecrest so that way we don't have two teams running out of the auto shop. Because the auto shop at Shorewood is sadly,
Small.
it's a lot smaller than the old one.
Yeah, it's really small.
Because the old one had so many things in it, and yeah, no, the school remodel did not do us well.
It kind of did crappy. I'm not gonna even lie.
Yeah, no, not gonna
Please
lie.
don't tell Mr. Dumbers.
I've never seen him. I swear to God.
Have
Like,
you never
I've
had him
never
sit
heard
in
him
like
talk.
one of your classes?
No, I've never seen him.
I had him in like at least like
He's a
9 of my
phantom to me.
classes.
Okay.
I don't know. You could all be a computer simulation, and I might not know. He's just a phantom. They just
Hey,
didn't
you like
program him
Mr.
in.
Dunbar, don't you?
Like as senior class pres, like my job is to like advocate for what the seniors want. So we have like class meetings and we vote for things. One of those things happened to be like a senior dress up day for homecoming. We always get to choose a day, and we chose rave day. So that means like wearing really like neon colors and like dressing like how you would go to a concert with like glitter and stuff like that. Like all the seniors wanted. We voted it, and it was like 98% we all wanted it.
Damn.
A week later, he says we can't do red as our class color, and I was like, why? And he goes, it's a gang color, and I said, I'm wearing a red hoodie right now. Am I in a gang?
Oh, he said you can't?
We can't do it.
Oh, okay.
And I was
so
like,
stupid.
no, I'm wearing a red hoodie right now. Like, I'm not in a gang. Like, red is a color we should be able to wear. Blue
Did you
is a
guys
gang
just do it
color.
anyway?
That's our school color.
There's still
there are
dildos
people
around the
who
school.
dick
'Cause
ride
I
to get into a gang. Dick ride.
Still.
Yeah. So
Because I feel like the whole gang thing got kind of played out already.
no, because there are just groups of guys that like act like they're in the Crips or like Bloods, and I'm like, really? Like you're literally a senior.
But like, it's so annoying.
You owe
There were a bunch of boys
Okay.
blocking my path when I was walking into the door, and like I knew them from elementary school, and like they weren't moving, so I was like, "Can you please get out of my way?" And like, and they were like,
They think they're so
"Or
cool.
what?" And I was like, out of my way."
Wait, how old are they?
They were my age.
Oh, okay.
They were just
okay.
being stupid.
Okay.
Then there's Muse is like, guys, just move over.
That's
Yes.
too bad, because I thought that got
He
played
was-
out here in
He was
Shoreline.
like, "Excuse
I
me."
mean,
I
it's
was
definitely
like,
less. Like it's.
He didn't fucking
I
like me.
definitely
was like,
don't
"What are you
think it's a
doing?"
huge issue, but it's just kind of like
Stupid.
there are times when it like a lot of like the parents and like teachers and like the older people in Shoreline tend to think that it still exists.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, no, it doesn't. Like
Yeah, it really,
we would know.
It's
It
not-
also feels like the, not to interrupt, but like it feels like the, you know, the like, I don't know what to call them, but like, I guess PSAs where they're like, don't give in to peer pressure for like drugs and stuff. It's like, I have literally never been peer
I've
pressured
never been peer
with
pressured.
drugs. Never. Once, I was offered a hit off a Jewel in the bathroom and I said no. She was like, okay, and then she walked away. I was
in the
like,
bathroom is so stupid.
it's at the school
Okay.
I go to right now. It wasn't at Shorewood, but
It's at Shore.
It's
I
still
go
so
to
stupid.
pee,
And
and
then
then
there's
there's
people.
4 girls in the stall. They're like,
Oh my
shh,
God.
don't do anything. I'm like,
No, literally, it's just be like, I don't see anything. And no, I'll just make a joke and be like, guys, at least keep the jewel room clean. There's
The
still
jewel
people.
room.
I'm not
jewel
even
room
joking you. I
No.
posted on my story because I found like an empty pod in the boys' bathroom next to the gym, and I'm just like, so to all you Shorewood jewelers, please make sure to keep the jewel room clean after you're done. People still want to use it as a bathroom.
Okay, so look,
It was a-
once upon a time, actually this decade, I was in high school.
Oh what?
Earlier this decade, as a matter of fact, I've been out for a little while, but not super long. However, I went to 2 high schools. The first one I went to was Shorecrest.
How was that?
It was
They're very different environments.
I'll
Yeah.
definitely
I
get there.
drove past that school. It looks so much different. Like I had never seen it until
Oh,
like
it's
one
crazy.
day. It was
It's-
whack.
So yeah, I went to there and then
It's so
I
much
moved
bigger.
I moved back to California and finished high school down there. I spent freshman year at Shorecrest and went back. Shorecrest is very different than how it is now. They remodeled it after my senior class, even though I wasn't there. My senior class left, and then they ended up implementing remodels. It looked a lot different. It was a little crazier.
I thought the remodels happened at the same time.
What, as Shorewood? Oh, it probably did. Yeah.
They did. They
probably
finished
did.
at different times though.
Yeah. So Shorecrest was the way it was before it got remodeled was a lot more different. It's a little bit more rowdy than how it is now. Now it's actually not too bad. But back then, instead of people hitting jewels in the bathroom, there were a lot of fights. Surprisingly.
I went to Ballard just to like tour one time, and they have like a gym there and a swimming pool. They have like a gymnastics gym with a foam pit.
At the Ballard High School?
Yeah, it's
You know,
wild.
I drive by there all the time, but I never
They have,
actually
like,
got to
3
fully
different
like
gyms.
scope it out.
My friends went there, so I went in because she had a volleyball game, and we went in, and her other friend was showing me around. She was like, "Yeah, we have a gym, we have a swimming pool, we have three
Do
three
you know how big
gyms.
their pool is?
It's like got 3 floors that are like
3 floors, pretty
like
big enough to
18
support a
feet like high. It's ridiculous.
At Ballard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty big. I drive by there. I don't actually get to. I've
It's a
never
pretty
like scoped
school.
it out or anything.
Like I would go there, but I don't live in the district.
But Shorewood and Shorecrest are pretty. They're really good.
They're
schools.
really nice schools.
They're
I love
they're
it.
really good schools.
Just the
I went there during the days before they did the remodel.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so
no,
did
no.
my
I heard
sister.
that there like used to be rats in the hallways.
It
The
was a lot
floors
different.
would flood. Like some classrooms would flood.
Yeah.
Both of them looked like a high school from the 80s.
Well, probably
looked like
because
I
they
was
were
in-
high schools from the 80s.
Yeah, I looked like I was in the Breakfast Club.
But
I watched that movie for
Although,
the first time
like,
this year.
It's a great movie.
honestly,
a
though,
good movie.
I've seen it at Breakfast Club too. But honestly, the old auto shop.
No.
But the old auto shop, like they used to have like either you heard from like an old like from my head mentor Kylie, who went to Shorewood and went through the FRC all 4 years. And she's like, well, the old auto shop, they had a robotics room, they had a motorcycle bay, they had like car lists for days. They like I've been in the old auto shop once,
It was nice.
and it was way bigger than what it is now. And I'm just like,
We also added a lot of classrooms though.
we did add a lot of
I think our classrooms are glad. You know, I know what's crazy at the high school I went to in California.
Yeah.
You want to know what they had there?
What?
They had a hay bucking competition.
That sounds
They
awesome.
literally pulled up into the quad with trucks full of hay, and you had to buck hay off the truck and then put it back on as fast as you could.
Why?
That sounds like fun.
It was crazy. It was crazy because the school was really cheap. It's a really cheap school, but there was so many kids that went there, right? That it was considered a Division 1 or a Division 2 school, high school. But it was really strange. A lot of stuff. I guarantee y'all ain't gonna have no hay bucking competitions.
Maybe I want to have a hay buck.
We'll have.
You do not.
Guess
We'll
have
you
guess
cut
that
yourself.
tune.
No, senior
Ooh.
prank has to
Yeah.
be. They have to roll now into the quad of Shorewood.
No,
with
senior
trucks.
prank.
We're
Put
not allowed
chickens
to
in the
do
hallways.
senior pranks.
You wanna know what our senior
Wait,
prank was?
you're not allowed to anymore?
What was it?
Wait, what'd you do?
We're not allowed to senior pranks.
Wait, why?
What are they gonna do?
Well,
Not let you
no
graduate?
school's allowed the senior prank. That's the point of the senior prank.
It's we're not. Oh,
Nah, I just don't think
Didn't
y'all are
one year
bold
they
enough.
like take the principal's car and like walked it away?
What?
one year they
That's
posted
bold. I feel
like that
the
was the
principal's
story that I
address on Seattle parties and a bunch of people pulled up.
Oh, this sounds like the John Mulaney's kid.
Okay, those are pretty good senior pranks. I'm not gonna lie.
And then we had one last year. They did 5 pranks, but they were all like really really small.
Yeah, like
one-
I remember the one.
the forks.
They,
They had forks sticking out the ground because they were saying like "fork you, Shorewood."
oh my! Oh
That's why there
yeah.
were a bunch of forks in the ground.
I remember that. Yeah.
They
No,
did a rave
and then
one
there was
day.
there was the one where it's like the seniors took over the student store and started screaming Dunbar.
Oh, the dance party.
That was a damn.
They had a rave
Why
party.
were they screaming Dunbar?
Because Dunbar was there and he was just
Dunbar
shaking
was
his
there.
head.
Yeah, he was like,
SMH.
"Everybody should go away."
One of our senior pranks, which has nothing on taking the principal's car, but it's just fascinating because somebody, I had no part of it, but somebody found the time to stick long toothpicks, like extra long toothpicks,
Oh,
in the
no.
football field, but actually took the time
Like
to stick
everywhere?
it all over the football
Oh
field.
my god.
It was insane.
One.
It sounds like a
This better have
pain.
been a group of people because if it was one person,
Oh, it would
please.
have had to been a group. A lot of people would have
Like,
had to.
yeah,
have
they
in the
would have
middle of
had,
the night.
like,
They was probably
40
up
people.
all night doing it
That
in the dark.
Imagine having to take it out.
Yeah.
Like that's even. I would hate to take it out. Like
was
that's
pretty
so much
vicious.
time.
It was pretty vicious.
I heard of one story. I don't know what school it was, but they were like, I think the bunch of seniors, they like started a rave in the lunchroom to distract the staff, and then they put chickens in the elevator.
Shorecrest had an incredible prank last year.
What was
What
it?
they do?
They convinced one of their teachers, and it was probably like a really chill teacher, to let them into school on like Sunday. And what they did is they went to every single classroom and hid all the chairs. So they took all the chairs to some room in the school. So the next day on Monday, there was just no chairs in the classrooms.
No.
Wow.
That sounds
Y'all gotta
amazing.
Like that's
Where did
it's
they
so
put
cool.
them?
And I think in like random closets,
No,
like the
no,
janitor's
they should-
closets, the
no, you know what they
theater.
should've
Put
done?
them in the attic on
They
the
totally
roof.
should have like taken him to just like obscure places onto school grounds because I know they have like a baseball field up top with like bathrooms. Totally
But
just
then
put
there's
like a
like
bunch.
the risk of like having them get stolen.
Who would steal chairs?
You'd be surprised.
I had something
That's
similar. So not our rival high school. What they did back in California is they actually got into a couple classrooms and they took the desks. One of them was a teacher's desk, and they put it on the roof of the school. I don't know how they did it.
All of them?
Not all in the school.
Just
no,
a
no,
bunch?
No, just like some of the teachers that didn't have the best reputation.
Yeah.
It was pretty impressive. I don't know, to this day
People
we
really
never figured out how
just
to do
think
it.
when they when they want something, they'll do any way to do it.
Or when
really
they want
sad,
to do
'cause my
something
school's super small. There's like
against the rules.
140 kids
Yeah.
there. Like
Wait,
over
Scriber?
4 grades. Yeah, it's a really small school.
Scribers is really that small?
Yeah, it's really small.
Wow.
It's got the worst part about it is that it's got 3 different buildings, and 2 of them connect in one way, but you're never allowed to go that way. So you have to walk outside to get to different classes, and it's hella cold.
How many kids total?
140, about.
That is pretty small.
It might be 240, but
That is pretty
it's
small.
it's really small.
That is really
So
small.
like
Over
everyone
4
knows
grades.
everyone there.
No, I have no idea. I went to a really small middle school, and every time I turned the corner, I'd be like, I don't know who you are.
That's so weird.
I went to a-
to
I went
imagine
to-
a small school.
I went to
Rob's
Catholic
being
school,
oblivious.
so literally like
Honestly.
I went to Catholic school since kindergarten to 8th grade. So literally by the end of it, I knew everyone in my class.
You went to Catholic school? How
Did
was
you go
that?
to St. Luke?
St. Luke, yeah. Yeah,
I'm
no,
so
last
smart.
like
Like it?
7th and 8th grade, literally I had the biggest pity train ever in 8th grade.
Like
Yet-
self-pity?
No, like everyone was having pity for me because of my surgery.
Oh.
That was gonna happen a week after I graduated from
What?
St.
That sounds
Luke's.
great. That doesn't sound bad.
No, but the fact of the matter is I knew since December. They started only carrying in June. Literally
Okay.
20 days away. And they finally started giving a crap. And I'm just like, guys, I was literally reminding
Pay
you
attention.
since December when I found this out.
Yeah,
And,
I couldn't.
like literally during the graduation ceremonies. 3 times it was actually like pointed out. Only one was the time that I actually liked it, because it was my friend Owen putting me in as one of the main parts of his speech, talking about how I was the first person in the entire school to go up to him and be like, "Yo, what's up? First day of 5th grade," just out of nowhere.
I get that a lot, cause like, I've been with the same people since kindergarten, but it's like there's some people I haven't talked to, but like this year I reached out to like a bunch more people in my grade just to get to know them, and they're like, I haven't talked to anyone in like a year, and I'm like, what? Like I just don't know how you can do that.
I find it crazy how people can like know people since kindergarten. Like I know people that I went to kindergarten with, but I never talked to them.
No,
like I
yeah,
haven't talked to them in
100%.
like
Oh yeah,
10
no.
years. Like
I-
it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe you should actually walk up to him.
Yeah, it's,
I never
you
see
honestly
them. Hey, I've
make
known
their
you
day.
I know, but I
My
never see
entire
them because
childhood,
I
you know?
never see them because I don't go to Shorewood, and all
okay.
of them go to Shorewood.
That and also like for mine, like when you go to Catholic school, the entire class will spread out to other schools, and most of
Yeah,
them
by
went
like
to
freshman year.
by freshman year. Like I have my best friend Owen went to Seattle Prep. Friend Quinn, I think, went to Blanchette. A couple people went to O'Day. Frickin' Archbishop Murphy. Holy
Oday's
name.
kind of Oday's a little out there.
Yeah, my middle school was like that.
My two, I know a pair of twins, Joe and Danny. Pretty good dudes. They go to O'Day. But, Sierra.
Oday's in the U district, right?
I feel like we changed the topic.
Close to the river.
I don't know.
Not really.
We've changed the topic about 20 times.
We have to.
It's
This is
okay.
a normal conversation for me. Literally all the Catholic high schools, I have people there. Then there's a few people that went to. There's probably 2, maybe 3 people that went to Shorecrest. I can name off the top of my head. One went to an aviation academy.
I know what you're talking about. My friend went there last year.
Yeah, my friend went there. She's pretty cool. She's pretty
Oh
smart.
yeah, no.
Shout out to Maya.
That's what's up. I was rowdy as a kid, so I would have got kicked out of aviation school. I would have got kicked out of Catholic school for sure.
I wasn't
but
rowdy. I just never
You'd be
did my work.
surprised, actually.
I was pretty bad. But with all that being said, since we're changing topics, we are coming to a close, so we should go ahead and wrap up pretty soon. But before we wrap up, I started this podcast talking about the beginning of the year and how we're in the new year and how everything's been going. So, last thing, what are some of the New Year's resolutions that you all were kind of thinking about, and how do you think this year is going to play out? Do you think it's going to be a good year? Do you think it's going to be a crazy year? Do you think it's going to be a bad year? What's kind of the vibe that y'all are getting?
I didn't make any New Year's resolutions. I don't think they're that even.
What?
worth it.
My only New Year's resolution was to not fly Alaskan Airlines. Not Alaskan Airlines. American Airlines. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Alaskan
Why not?
Airlines is good.
Why not a Delta?
Because I didn't go on Delta. American Airlines, I came back from Pennsylvania. It was probably one of the worst flights of my life. The food was trash. There were 40 children aboard, and all of them were crying.
I think that
You
was
have
a,
to.
that was
Okay,
called a
so
field
first
trip.
of all, they make you pay to sit with your people. So I was 20 seats away from my girlfriend who I was with, and then I was 10 seats away from my parents. None of us were sitting together because you have to pay an extra $30 per seat to sit them together because the airline chooses your seat for you so that they can just get you to spend more.
Wow.
Boycott American Airlines. I hate
That's
it so
pretty
much.
bad. American Airlines has had some issues though.
Yeah.
they're known for some.
I had another one. I don't know. I feel like this year it's kind of.
This year's.
I hope it's gonna go well. I always hope it's gonna go well.
We
Everyone
thought-
hopes it's gonna go
Yeah,
well.
we
but
thought 2018 was gonna go well,
honestly,
and then
with,
you start off was it last year that started off immediately with just big stuff happening in
Tide
the
Pods.
news. Tide Pods,
Logan Paul.
but also, yeah, that's
Logan
it.
Paul.
Logan Paul starts
Yeah.
off the new year by literally trashing a big thing that was in the works between just a lot of people in Japan.
and, this
A lot of people who actually wanted Japan to kind of respect us, but now
and then
so-
right now we have the government shutdown. And that's really
Yeah,
stressing me
no.
out, definitely.
Yeah.
Not
Also-
to get too political, but
It's like
Also,
the
birds
second-
aren't
it's
real.
Like the second time it's
Birds.
shut down this decade.
yeah.
second time
And this one
in
isn't
a
even
single
for a good
president's
reason.
timing.
This isn't even for good
Why don't you
reason.
let our audience know what the reason is?
The reason is because our stupid president wants to build a stupid wall because he's racist.
And
The
the
wall
wall is gonna cost about $5 billion, give or
I
take.
saw a tweet. So you know how they started GoFundMe for $1 billion? Someone tweeted that they were at 4
They're
million.
so
They're at
high
4
up.
million. They're at
But
4
then the
million.
Flint water.
And then they said, we are halfway there. 4 million is not even
their
That's-
goal.
that's
but,
not
their-
even close.
Not
The
even
money you
1%.
could have raised for
That's,
an actual issue is so absurd.
It's
They're willing
Yeah,
to
there's still
spend this
people
much money on
upsetting.
Like from last
I
hurricane season.
cried for
it. Even
so long.
education, if you put that money towards education
we could
in other
fix-
countries, it's
We
You
could
could
fix
put-
Flint. We could help Puerto Rico with Hurricane Maria because
Yeah.
they don't have power. They don't have help.
They still don't have telephone.
They
lines
still
out.
don't have.
have
They
nothing.
basically have nothing. Because our stupid country won't send them stupid aid. Well, helpful aid, but because
We're trying
they're
to send them.
racist.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I
Very
we
just
true.
can't. And then with the California wildfires, because he didn't want to help them because California didn't vote for Trump.
I hear you. I feel all of
I'm
that.
so
one
pissed.
of my really really close friends. We're kind of fighting a little bit right now, but he's like a brother to me. He's actually from Michigan, and he knows Flint. He knows a lot of people from Flint.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Being from California, I know a lot of people that had to flee personally. My brother being one of them because of the wildfires, and then I'm Puerto Rican, so that island is pretty upsetting. But so what I'm hearing is that you're trepidatious but hopeful that this year.
I'm
is gonna
hopeful
be great.
because we have a new Congress.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 Native American women in Congress. We have a lot more diversity. We have 1 bisexual woman. I think we might have more than that, but definitely. I think it's
the
1.
first open bisexual.
Yeah,
First
no.
bisexual
gone into
woman,
Congress.
definitely. And then she had to get sworn in by Mike Pence. Oh, that was so beautiful to watch.
I
Yeah,
laughed.
that's
was
pretty.
like,
Me and my
yes,
friends were
bitch,
watching. We were
get
like,
it.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, she was cracking jokes the whole time. I was like, yes, get it. But anyway, I'm really hopeful that they're gonna do things because they're a lot younger. They're like, I'm not gonna say smarter, but they are definitely
they're
more
more
determined.
open-minded, and, like,
they're
they-
more
they-
open-minded and they're more determined for
Yeah.
our future, definitely. Because like pretty much all the Republicans are old white men, and our country is not filled with old white men.
Our
We have
country is filled with a lot of
so
people.
many beautiful, diverse cultures in this country that we don't even have an official language.
Well, that is what makes America great.
Exactly.
That is
Yeah.
what makes this country great.
I
Is the diversity, is
Yes.
the melting pot
Definitely.
of all different type of cultures and peoples.
like
Is-
literally the one way you become an American is either you're born here or you immigrate here.
Yeah, with immigration fuels the economy. Every single place that has had immigrants go into the country, go into the city, go into anywhere, the economy has gone up.
Yeah,
Every time.
that's true.
Because they do the jobs that no one else wants to do.
It's
Yeah.
very true. It's very
Like,
true.
it's so simple of a concept, but they don't want them because they're not white.
It's fear. It's all.
It's-
It's
that's
all based
literally
on fear.
all it is.
It's all based on fear. Annie, how about you?
Yes. Sorry.
What was your New Year's resolution,
Um,
and how do you think this year is gonna play out?
I think this year is gonna be really crazy, but I think that's just like everyone's senior year. It's just like, oh, will I get into college? Will I go to college? And like, where am I gonna end up like this time next year? And it's also like a bigger part is like I lost a lot of friends this year, but I also like made like 4 best friends that I like kind of were friends with like freshman year. So like that led to my like New Year's resolution where it's like turn my acquaintances into like really good friends that like I'm gonna remember because it's like this is my last year with them. So like I was like, hey, like let's branch out, meet new people. Like that's my New
This
Year's
you're a
resolution.
senior, right? So you only
Yeah.
got like this last half.
This is
Like,
my last half.
Which school are you trying to go to?
My dream school is Boston College or Boston U.
Oh wow, you're trying to go all the way.
I really want to go out of state because I feel like I'm always gonna settle back here no matter what, just because like this is where I like feel like home is. But also a bigger part of me is like this is my only chance to go out and experience something.
Yeah.
Like my sister, she went to NYU and she absolutely loves it there, and she's still staying there, and she graduated like 2 years ago. Like my brother went to UW and he's still here, so I feel like I'm gonna be stuck here if I don't go out and like go somewhere else. So I applied to a lot of Boston schools. I did like NYU like my sister, so I did like Tufts University and a bunch of others.
Yeah, the world, once high school is over and once you hit 18 and then 21, the world is going to
It just changes.
open up more. You really realize how small high school really is.
Yeah.
And how small
It matters.
I mean it matters, but it's contained.
Yeah.
You realize that the world doesn't really operate the way public school does, the way high school does, the way life around high school does. The world
High school
operates
is such a
lot
weird
differently.
experience.
High school is a weird
Especially
experience.
American high schools. It's just the idea of it is so weird.
I literally thought my high school my high school experience was gonna have like all the stereotypes where actually like you go to lunch and you like be able to buy a hot dog or an actually like a semi decent like hamburger.
Psych.
But then you go to high school and you're just like, oh,
It's just kind of like
it's
a
just
little
it's just a
sad.
guess.
Yeah.
It's a guess and check. Be like, oh, am I gonna be able to buy something semi
I
palatable
never-
today?
I never bought school food from.
I
Shoreline.
live off of the school lunches because I can just eat anything, but
The lunches have improved a lot.
They have
from
improved.
the past few years for
Yeah.
sure.
They've improved, but I just feel like they should have like the students actually. Well, no, they should actually have this survey because this would actually be a really good survey to put out.
We did it my sophomore year, so your freshman year.
Yeah, but like have them like out of every choice that there is,
Oh.
select like 3 or 4 to have them like always there every week. Because I can name literally like 3 of them off the top of my head that I'd honestly want to have every week.
Turkey, mashed potato, and gravy.
That's not really no. The popcorn chicken bowl,
Popcorn chicken.
probably hamburgers and cheeseburgers, and then the baked potato.
Popcorn chicken is amazing.
The popcorn chicken bowl at school, like people will say it just looks gross and everything. I'm just like,
Kind of slaps.
it is the best thing I've
The
actually
French
had.
toast sticks.
Are kind of gross.
Okay, the ones at my elementary school were so good.
Okay, I got a question though. Do they still do the hot buffalo chicken sandwich?
have
Sometimes
no
yeah,
idea.
like once a month.
Is it good? 'Cause it used to be amazing.
I got it like freshman year. The afterburn lasted like 3 hours.
That sounds amazing to me.
I'm just like, no, I cannot deal with that.
Well, that concludes tonight's episode of
Yay.
Richmond Real Talk.
We finished it off with lunch.
Yeah,
This is the greatest.
That's the best. This
That's the
podcast
best
was
thing to finish
a little
on.
unstructured, but that's okay because we got a lot to cover.
It's true.
Please tell the audience where they can find you. No phone numbers. Social media only.
Oh.
So you can find me on Snapchat and Instagram, Waffles Cowpig, all one word, no caps.
Waffles Cowpig.
Yep.
Waffles Cowpig.
Wow. They're definitely
WA
gonna remember that.
WAFFLESCOWPIG.
Nice.
And then no, I'm not gonna give out Facebook because I don't do Facebook.
My username is very simple, yet you might judge me on it. Don't judge me because I've had it since 6th grade. It's DevilCat666. There's no underscores and no caps. My icon is a cat wearing sunglasses.
So it's DevilCat666, but there's no devil or.
I used to have a picture of my cat, who is the devil, because he doesn't have a tail and he's infused with anger in his blood. He was born with it.
Oh, okay.
I used to
that
tell.
makes me feel a little better.
tell people
That makes me
when
feel a
I
little
had kids
better.
come over, I'd be like, "Yeah, he got it chopped off when he was a little kid, just to freak them
You know what's
out."
crazy? On a quick note, before we shut it, before I go on and pass it on to Annie, there was a cat that was born with a birth defect that had a paw, but then it had another paw kind of sprout out.
Oh,
That's kinda cute.
My cats
So it
are
had two in its
polydactyl.
front paws. So it was considered a birth defect, but it had
He's more
nails. It had nails on all the paws.
That's
So
terrifying.
his name. Well, I won't say his name, but it loved because I can't. But he loved to climb all the time.
Was he like a good climber?
Oh yeah, because of the paws.
Yeah,
So it
my
wasn't.
cats-
I didn't see it as a birth defect. It was like an evolutionary advantage.
Yeah.
It would literally wrap around
Yeah,
like this with the nails,
like-
and it would just climb on stuff.
My
all the
cats
time.
are polydactyl, aka they have a 6-toe. And
Aw.
basically it's like believed that they're really good mousers. And let me tell you,
Mousers.
they're pretty good at killing things and bringing them into my house just to make my mom scream because my mom hates rats.
My mom has a distinct scream for when the cat brings in dead animals.
Yes.
So I'll be downstairs and she'll scream. I'm like, it's either a cat or it's either a rat or a bird. And we'll go upstairs and I'm like, what was it? She's like, it's a rat. And I'm like, I
Oh, that's
freaking guessed
disgusting.
it.
I'd rather be a bird than a rat. Anyway, Annie, why don't you go ahead and
Yes.
tell the audience where they can find you?
My Instagram is my name and then my last name, but there's an extra E, so it's at ANNIEESUH. Yeah. It'll be.
So it's at Annie.
Yeah. No, there's no at. There's like the at symbol and then my name, an extra E.
Just Annie.
SUH.
Oh, okay. All right. I
Yeah.
guess. All right, and that about does it. My name is DJ Silver. I'm not gonna give up my information because I never do on these things. You can just find me at the the Shoreline Teen Center.
I'll find you on
Maybe
Instagram.
he'll have a silver jacket on.
Oh, maybe.
Only if you have a red jacket on.
Hey, I always have my
I
blue
will
jacket.
wear a red
now.
jacket.
All right.
Bye.
Good night.